Good morning, everyone. I'm really sorry about the time, but I had serious problem about getting internet working. But well, here I am. So, what is the idea for today? The idea for today is something very easy. We're going to work on the topic of comparative. We're going to compare. We're going to compare one element to other element and one element to other element. One element to other element. So, let's see it. So, probably you have to use words like this. Quieter, fast, worse, longest, closest, good, hard, border, and so on. Those are words that you can use in order to compare. The comparison that we're going to do today is comparison of adjectives. It is about qualities. Qualities like what? For example, big. Big is an adjective. And you use it to compare one element to another element. Because you say, let's say, Bogota is bigger than Cali. But what is the adjective? Big. Big is the adjective that you use for the description. So, check this with examples. In here, for example, I say big. This apple is big. But this apple, you see, is different because it's bigger. So this other apple is the biggest because in here you make one comparison of this to this. So when you compare this, it's comparing this and to this. These two ones as well, not only this one. Give me that. Okay, so here you can see it with the animal. Oh no, oh my dear. Pick it up. Okay. So here you have, for example, notice the animal. You have here the cockerel, the dog, the pig, the sheep, the horse, and the cow. What is bigger? In the sense of how you compare it, because notice that you have here several animals, a cockerel and a cow. So this is the smallest if you compare it to this, and this. But this is the biggest if you compare it to this, and this. So that's the way that comparison works. That's the way it works. But let's talk about the rules for this. When you talk about the rules for this, you're going to have several rules to consider. So you have, for example, one for adjectives that are short. But what is a short adjective? A short adjective is an adjective that it has only one syllable. But syllables in English are different to syllables in Spanish. Because syllables in English are the ones that are different. Oh my dear, pick it up again. Okay, give me that. Okay. So, adjectives then, the short adjectives are the ones that have only one syllable. To have only one syllable means that there's only one, let's call it broken voice. So your voice continues and it's not interrupted. That is a syllable. That's why you have, for example, a word like tall. So you see, the pronunciation starts and it continues. It's not stopped. Short. It's an expression. Short. It's not stopped. Small. It's not stopped. Big. Not stopped. Clear. Not stopped. Simple. Not stopped. Yeah. But when you say beautiful, you say beautiful. It has three syllables because you have three hits of voice. Correct. Correct. Two strokes. Comfortable. Comfortable. You have three. Difficult. 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 Three. So those are the adjectives when you think about that. So when you want to make the comparative, The first thing, with adjectives, the first thing you know to think is about the length of the adjective. That's the first thing. The second thing, depending on that, you have some rules to follow. The rule 1 says the following. If you have a short adjective, you add er and use time. Ahmad is taller than Alice. Taller than Alice. His handwriting is clearer than yours. In long adjectives, it's a bit different. Because in long adjectives, you don't have to add er. You say more, and you keep the adjective as it is. As it is. Math is more difficult than English. Sofa is more comfortable than chair. Hold up. Let's check someone. So probably you notice that here you have the girl. This girl is happy, but this one is happier. And this is the happiest. The happiest girl. Good. Better. The best. The best, that is an irregular. Useful. More useful, because you say useful, useful, useful. Has 3 syllables. You say more. Young, only one. Younger, younger. Sweet, sweeter, sweeter. Hot, hotter, the hottest. Okay? So, but only in this time, you notice that you have this, there is just the happiest, the best, the most useful, the youngest, the sweetest, the hottest. That is a superlative. A superlative is something that you use when you want to compare one element to other elements, to more than one. More than one to another. It's 1, 2, and more other elements. But when you want to use this superlative, because it's called a superlative, okay. When you want to use this superlative, it has the same rules. It has the same rules. So notice. Tall, taller, faster, cleverer, and so on. But notice, when the adjective ends in y, you change y with I and not er. When you have, for example, gentler, only add er. Yeah. But when it's long, what happens? More. These are the irregulars. Good, better, but worse, far, farther, or worse. No, farther, sorry. That is easy. Simple, don't you think? Here you have it. Comparative, more, and I compare long adjectives. The superlative that is like when you compare one element to other elements to more than one, you do it. But notice in this time that you have an adjective like third one. Only as er. The superlative, instead of saying er, you add est. And you have irregular. Good, better, the best. Bad, worse, and worse. Little, less, to less. Far, further, the furthest. Much, many, more, and so on. Kelly, this, sugar. When you have an adjective that it has a combination of consonant, vowel, consonant, you double the second consonant and the er. The biggest. Happy, happier, the happiest. So, how do you express? In here, you have strong adjectives. So what are you going to do? We're going to complete them. Okay, here, the comparative form and the superlative form of the adjective. Okay, let's try to do. Okay, well, so you notice in the first part I was completing it, and here we have the form in positive, comparative, and superlative of the different adjectives. So here, in the other part, what I want you to notice is that we have, for example, elements. A car is faster than a bike. The elephants are the largest. Why the largest? Because you have here more animals. The sun is brighter than the moon. Martin is strong. Here there's no comparison because you are mentioning one element to other element. Cats are smaller because you're making a comparison. Here, notice the thing. For example, here you say, bed. Okay. Yeah, this is good. This is big. Thicker. The thicker. The thicker. Here you have this. This person is tall. This person is taller. This person is the tallest. Oh, here you have this fast. Fast. Here, this is fatter. And this is the fast. Fatter. This is big. This is bigger. And this is the biggest. Here you have a fish. This fish is, I would say that this is very small. Okay, this is small. Yeah, this is small. Small. It's smaller. And this is smaller. It's smaller. Alright. So, remember something. It's important that you all the time, keeping in all the activities while checking what you have in the link program material. Then you have a set of explanations as well as exercises that will help you to work on your evidences. Don't forget that you have to be evidences. All the activities have extended time for you to work on them. So, remember that in case of questions without, you have the discussion forum, check email, and the synchronous session where you can have, and you can have more and more explanations of it. Okay, so I will take you more, so goodbye and see you again.